Hello everyone, welcome to coverage of Grand Prix Quezon City. This is Caillou, and today we're going to be watching the round 3 match between Mikkjal, who is playing blue-black horror control, versus Firristorm, who is playing red-green Dreamfire Breach. So essentially, a classic combo versus control matchup. And I think the main thing is going to be, can Firristorm combo out under Mikkjal's interaction? And can Mikkjal actually, even if Mikkjal has the interaction, can they close out a win before Firristorm can reassemble the combo? Because what we've seen in previous matches is that Mikkjal, unfortunately, has only 4 win cons in their main deck, and they do have lots of cantrips to get to them, but being actually able to outclock Firristorm before they can reassemble the combo may prove difficult. Okay, so unfortunately, it looks like Firristorm has had some awful mulls. I think his mull is this 3? I think this is mulling down to 3 right here. And given that Mikkjal has turn 2 counter magic and cheap removal, I think that this game is pretty over.
Yeah, I'm inclined to if it really is a three card hand. Theoretically, this deck does have the potential to like kind of spike some wins if you get like the exact right combination of cards. Like just enough mana to catch an audition plus some crazy cheat target. But in this matchup, your audition is just going to get countered. So yeah, I am inclined to agree with you. I think this game's essentially over.
Okay, it looks like I miscounted. Does get to keep a 4 card, but is it much better here? They have 1 land. If they get another land, they can cast Lotus Studies, and then if they get a 3rd land, they can cast Ill-Fated Travels, which gets immediately countered. I think
Yeah,
that
it's
I
pretty
like
awkward
the
where
sad
like
part is I think that this is a game where like if both players put their hands on the table, like Firstrom would just could move on to game 2. But I think that this
yeah.
is going to be a drawn out game 1 for little benefit.
No, I think Firristorm will probably concede when Neil Fitted Trebles gets countered, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. And
I don't know.
a
So they did hit the second land. So if they hit another land, like if I'm Firristorm, I wouldn't concede yet. Like you still have game. You still have
yeah,
chance to get
you
right
still got to make you got to make them show it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Make them have it. But yeah, I think once the
Exactly.
first ill-fated travels gets countered, like it's just pure over.
So there is a world where actually no. I mean there's no world where like Mikkjal doesn't play it on tap land.
If Mikkjal doesn't play an untapped land, they might just be like, I can engrave, which would be so wrong and not true because, like, basically all of Fury Storm's threats have ETB value. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like even like, and they could act, if they play Nareba for some reason, that could just be like thinking like forgetting that redo is double blue. That could screw them. But yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
But they'd have to really try to screw up. Anyways, Firristorm plays Lotus Studies, makes the 2 Lotus Petals, which again will put them up to 5 mana turn 3 if if they draw that elusive 3rd land.
So we're waiting for. I mean, like, okay. In the event that here's the question I'm going to pose to you. In the event that this updated travels gets countered, which is extremely likely at this point, um, is Mikkjal's deck providing a fast enough clock that like Fearstorm has absolutely no chance?
I
I
mentioned
guess
that
that's the question.
in my intro that Mikkjal's deck does not have a fast clock and it only has 4 win cons. So
Hmm.
you could conceivably draw through. My thought was that even if Firristorm draws into the lands to naturally be able to cast this layer in alpha, Mikkjal in that case still has both the lands and the wipe needed to just answer that, you know?
It's true. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So actually, does top deck? This is
yeah.
everything that Firristorm could have wanted from the 3 card hand, but Mikkjal's got that turn 2 counter magic on lock.
Oh,
It's
that's a
like
tilter.
Firristorm. See, this all of Firristorm's luck went into getting the 20 on the die roll, and just everything else. And oh my god, and I just you've used one piece of
Yeah.
counter magic. Why not top deck another? Oh man. And now Mikkjal can just start using Opt to dig through and try and find their win con.
I don't know, Caillou. Mulliganing multiple times and getting your spells countered. This sounds familiar, doesn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I could never imagine. And since that match wasn't recorded, no one will ever know what that's referring to.
Anyway, yes, I'm sure
Okay,
this is
so
the
I
first
think
time this
fetching
has
a
ever happened.
swamp here seems a little sus, and the reason that I say that is um, getting a blue. Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter because Anzen makes it blue. My bad. I was gonna
Yeah,
say because
Anzen's out
you
anyway,
want
so
opt plus
I'm good,
redo
but
up, but Anzen
mhm,
fixes that,
yeah.
and that
Does
is
Mikkjal have
another.
any utility lands?
Well, audition makes it so that if
Um,
Firristorm top decks another land, they can spin their wheels again, which could be relevant if Mikkjal like taps out to cast their
Deep
Kedrika Deep
Dweller, right?
Dweller. Yeah,
Yeah.
but then the problem is they just well, I guess actually if they
The thing is,
Mikkjal
right now,
doesn't have
probably
the
getting
fifth
Audition
land
doesn't
right now,
actually.
so if Mikkjal doesn't draw the fifth land for Eldritch Emergence, then that could be an issue. So there is still a
The thing
line.
is, like, I don't
There's
think.
still mild hope.
Yeah, but I don't think 3/2/2s really does that much in the face of Deep Dweller anyway, right? Like, it's like, oh, good job, you made 3/2/2s. I have a 4/4 that I can make indestructible or gain lifelink whenever I want. Like, you're not killing me.
Yeah, still something, I guess, maybe.
I
And
mean,
okay, and unforget means that Mikkjal can just tutor for the Kedrika Deep Dweller.
yeah.
God, and a spell
One thing
stutter. Ah, and
yeah,
this
one thing I actually want to draw attention
who
to,
you know what? Who needs it to be
or
difficult to hold up interaction while playing your win con? Oh man, I think there are certainly issues with Mikkjal's deck construction in general, but I think this is definitely showing like how strong a deck that you can put together just by going onto the staples list and being like, I'll just pick up good interaction from here and it'll work out.
well, I think Mikhail is also running some great tech inclusions that aren't on the state list, and I do want to applaud them for that actually.
That is
Um,
true. Yeah,
ooh,
I
spell
think the main
stutter.
issue is just like they need more win cons, but I mean
Maybe
right now does that matter? Because spell stutter, audition, end step, unforget, finder, win con, easy
I
peasy.
don't necessarily agree that they need more win since as you said, you can tutor for the deep filler with your unforget if you need to. I think maybe like you want a monument of queens in there or something.
Yeah, and I think the main reason I say that is that they have uh like I think their deck is a little bit too centered around Deep Dweller in the sense that they have lots
Maybe,
of like these
yeah.
cute like cantrips and tech options, but the problem is without a Deep Dweller down, they don't actually have ways to generate card advantage. So versus Blues Eclipse, they got run out of cards very quickly, which also Blues Eclipse's deck is made to naturally strain control. But I think that
Yeah, yeah, I think the
they
best
definitely
engine.
like don't have many clean ways of generating card advantage without resolving a win
Mhm.
con, which
The
is
best one is probably unraveling, I guess, but like that's not super efficient. Or at
yeah,
least not. Yeah, maybe this deck would benefit from some sea caches,
I could see that. Yeah,
or maybe just Planet Bar far away.
just some cheap yeah, just some cheap source of card advantage basically.
I mean, at this point, like Miko has absolutely got the game in the bag,
Yeah, they have
but
a
like
win con on the board.
we kind of foresaw this.
Yeah, I think
um,
Firristorm just doesn't have outs now, do they?
Not really. I mean, you're gonna lose this Void Flare to the Deep Dweller. Mikhail's gonna have 4 lands untapped, and you're never gonna resolve a spell again.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And even if let's say Firristorm draws another Void Flare and manages to like, I don't know, bait Mikkjal into yeah, okay. Firristorm
Yeah,
just
really good
concedes.
setup.
Fair. That that was a brutal one in terms of the mulligans and stuff. Um,
Yeah. Sometimes magic is just mean.
yeah, let's take a look at these sideboards. So, oh, whoops, on why must your name have so many double letters? Okay, on Firristorm's end, um, Tenacious Guide I think is an easy bring in. This is exactly the matchup that you wanted for. Um, I think uh, you don't need it. I honestly think that you'd probably just bring in the Tenacious Guides, maybe the Snowfield Mothers if you want to. Like Snowfield Mothers actually maybe not bad here, and the reason I say that is that like, again, Mikkjal it it like favorably blocks Kedrikit if they don't like have a way to give it indestructible slash menace. It can't
Yeah.
easily be one for one. Um,
I think my issue with Snowfield is that it kind of just is another thing that's gonna eat a counterspell.
that is true, but I also don't think that's a bad thing because the more strain you can put on your opponent to essentially keep having interaction, I think that's a good thing. Especially when like it's not like uh
Yeah, I
Mikkjal has
suppose
ways to
besides
like
the
gas
prototype
back up is the
anyway.
thing. Like versus control, normally the issue with like just throwing stuff with
Yeah,
their interactions that they'll be like, okay, cool, cool, counter, 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 draw spell, gas all the way back up, and now I can just kill your stuff anyways. While
yeah.
Mikkjal doesn't really have that. But I think that Snowfield could be a bit of a
No,
stretch,
I think
mainly
you do. I
Tenacious.
think you're right because you have stuff that you want to side out in this matchup anyway, like the erasures, void
Oh
flares.
yeah, I forgot. Void Flare and Erasures are just kind of bunk here.
Yeah,
So yeah, you just bring. I think that you take out all of those, bring in all Snowfield, Mother, Tenacious Guide. Maybe you also because then you still have two free slots then. So maybe bring in, or sorry, one free slot. So maybe bring in a Soul Gate for unraveling stuff and also for card selection. I could see that.
yeah. I think if you're Mikkjal are actually pretty solid with the main deck. I'm not sure any of these cards I really want in matchup. Like Duress can steal their auditions and stuff, but the deck isn't major. Like the deck has a pretty high tiers, so I'm not sure that Duress is always going to be hitting the stuff you want.
I think Seal the Tomb. I
Um,
think Duress plus Seal the Tomb is kind of just solid versus combo decks though. Like, and I
Seal
think
the Tomb
Engrave
works
is
if you
I
do
think
it in
Engrave
order they're first.
is kind of bad. I'm gonna be real. I think you take out like Engrave or Strike, one of the two, and I think you
I
can
don't know
bring
if
in.
I agree. I think Engrave being able to kill their mana dwarf is really big.
I guess it's like it's actually I could yeah okay. So let's say keep in Engrave because they don't have that much pressure, and take out Strike because I don't think that you basically only need removal for Dorks and Tenacious Guides, and I think that like bringing in Duress plus Seal can just end their life far more often than
Hmm.
Strike does.
Well, we are in game, and I
We are
saw
in
that
game. Let me
in the
open it
first
up.
hand. I saw that in the first hand. Mikkjal did keep the strike from the shadows in there
Okay.
or whatever.
So yeah, so far not seeing any sideboard pieces from Mikkjal, nor from Firristorm. Firristorm has no acceleration, but turn 4 Dreadfire Tyrant. Unfortunately, Dreadfire Tyrant is maybe their worst win con, and it's actually at its worst in this matchup.
So you can take Deep Dweller if they have it, which they actually do. So that is
Yeah,
something.
it is like this is like the one once in a blue moon good chance for it, especially since here like Mikkjal has no good interaction. Like
Yeah,
Engrave
the
is
main issue is going to
okay.
be whether or not like Mikkjal is going to draw the counterspell for the audition.
hmm
Um,
Darkland's Charm could definitely it has card selection. Inner Thoughts is I kind of don't like Inner Thoughts here just because it's only good when you have your win con down, so it's kind of only good when you're ahead. In this situation, it's just a bad cantrip, a bad opt.
yeah, yeah, I tend to agree. Like, I think that if in some cases, like, if you want more opts and you already want to have opts that you're like Deep Dweller, then like you could say it's kind of a better opt in some scenarios. So I don't hate Inner Thoughts in particular. I just think that if you're running it because you think it's better than opt, and running four opt and a little suspect opt. Unless like maybe you just want six opts.
I don't know.
I
But
don't, I don't think it's
speaking of opt, Mikkjal playing the Murmuring Faults has access to an engrave plus opt, and I think the line that you're talking about in engraving the mana ascetic is going to come up here to prevent the turn
yeah.
three audition.
C and Graves OP. I'm always right. All right. What?
Oh no! I think okay. Wait, Mikkjal hasn't gone past on. I think it might have just been an instinctive pass. Oh yeah,
EOT.
yeah. Oh no, Firristorm is the one who passed, and oh, Mikkjal's playing the opt. Interesting. This could actually, if they don't hit counter
I
magic, this could come back to bite them.
I disagree with this play.
I mean,
I
I
don't
can
think
see
you
why
don't.
Mikkjal is making it, but I also yeah I disagree.
Okay, well now you should main phase Engrave, right?
Oh well, never punished. Top decks the spell stutter.
I mean, they only top deck the spell stutter because they cast Opt, thinking Uji.
Let's see. Well, okay, it looks like they didn't bottom anything, so the opt didn't even. I guess like yeah, I guess you
Yeah,
yeah they were drawing that regardless.
Engrave.
Oh wait, I realized I was muted. Never mind. So what I was saying is they have the spell stutter plus
No,
inner
you
thoughts
weren't muted.
up,
Yeah.
um, and the inner thoughts they could just hold up the inner thoughts um, for Kedrika Deep Dweller, which is also fine. So Firestorm is going to Unquenched Greed here, which is probably good to just
Yeah, I
um,
mean, you could test this. Like, you don't really care about. the fifth
I mean,
land.
oh god, they
So
just draw two more lands. Well, okay. I
good thing.
wonder what I'm gonna discard here. Getting those off the top is good though.
Does Firristorm have the ability to produce white and black mana?
I don't believe so. So I don't think Dreadfire Tyrant is actually
Uh,
factually
Theoretically,
castable.
mana aesthetic is the only way.
Yeah. So on end, Mikkjal is going to. Oh, okay. I was about to say Mikkjal cast the Inner Thoughts, but they would need to tap Murmuring Falls to do so. But then they did lose the life, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they just paid the life, but then just didn't bother tapping land.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about efficiency, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Speed. Speed. Need for speed. Okay. So
I mean, it's pretty easy to play land pass here.
yeah, you have Darklands Charm plus Spell Stutter plus Engrave. You've got a
Alright.
bunch of
Next
instant
turn,
speed
next turn
interaction
you
plus
just.
digging.
I mean,
And
you can already tell what's going to happen next turn.
oh yeah,
Like,
you
it's
Windmill Slam the.
pretty obvious.
I mean, actually, you don't need to Windmill Slam the Deep Dweller. You could actually like the safe play is just wait because you've got all the interaction in the world. So,
Well, it kind of depends on whether or not you've actually got more counter magic in your hand.
huh?
Like in that scenario, right? You're Mikkjal. You counter this audition, right? Then you untap, play your fourth land. You can choose between playing the Deep Dweller or not playing the Deep Dweller. Oh,
I think this is a bad Unquenched Greed, or maybe not because you. I guess you don't want the island, the mountain, but okay. Actually, Rousing Rubble is actually a fine get here. I think that in most situations, I feel like you wouldn't play the Rousing Rubble there, or sorry, play the Unquenched Greed there, but it did work out because I think Rousing Rubble is just another good way to bait out interaction. Okay, so Firristorm just gonna pass. Yeah, okay, I'll replay the Flourishing Crevasse that turn. But next turn, yeah, I can play Rousing Rubble and then start something, potentially. Okay, so Mikkjal drops the Darkland Charm at end of turn. Just gonna be cantripping with that, it looks like. I think what you want here is a fifth land, and the reason I say that is that gives you access to Deep Dweller plus Spell Stutter. And yeah, gets a Wayfarer Shrine. Looks like Mikkjal had the same. Okay, maybe didn't have the same evaluation. Maybe it's just because all of their options were lands.
made the same choice we would make.
Okay. And it looks like they did bring in the Duress, and I think honestly you could
I
just
think
run it.
I think that's a good choice. Now that I think about it, I think that dress is probably like it hits the important things.
Yeah, I mean like it like missing the Laren alphas does hurt, but then it like if they're getting to the point where they're hard casting Laren alphas, but you better have interaction by that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Duress is gonna
Uh,
eat this audition. Rest in
well,
peace.
you definitely feel bad about this if you're Firristorm because you're like, well, I took a turn off trying to see if I could resolve my audition after they tap out, and now like it's just getting discarded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like
not
that feels pretty
ideal.
bad. All right. Well, at the risk of being premature, I also think this game is pretty open and shut.
Epic Encounter is kind of
That's neat.
interesting here, actually, because Mikkjal can't counter this. I don't know, like,
Okay,
but
so what are you getting
what
though?
targets does Firristorm have, though?
The only targets are Fang the Lavaclasm and Shigure the Floodbringer.
Never mind, it sucks ass. What?
Neither of those are very inspiring in this matchup,
Oh
I would say.
no. Yeah,
Oh, there's the Shigure.
there's the uncastable Shigure. That's also notably even worse in this matchup because you can't even
It's not even a
Armageddon
mana.
them.
Yeah. Oh, that feels
Oh.
bad. I
The
think I just
Rousing
get
Rubble
Fanged
is
at this point.
interesting as like an actual factual win con, but the problem is Mikkjal has the
It's just
engrave
gonna get
for
an
it.
Engrave. I think Mikkjal, you just slam Deep Valley, right?
Yeah, you just play Anzen, Windmill Slam, Deep Dweller. You have Spell Stutter and engrave up, easy peasy.
Yeah, definitely agree. Especially since you know what's in your, you know that you have the answer to whatever topic. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Ah yes, the
Boom.
thing I really want to see, the mana ascetic. Ah, I think this is also.
Classic.
I feel like Firristorm only having. I guess when you're in A plus B combo deck, it's kind of hard, but only having five pieces of cheat out tech really hurts.
I think this is the kind of deck that like can be refined over time and will become a lot scarier once you figure out like and what are the correct numbers for everything. So
Yeah, it makes
like it's
sense.
obviously a powerful strategy. Oh, all right.
Here
Well,
comes the
time to get
rubble.
stone rained, I guess. Time to get stone rained.
One mana Stone Rain, kind of broken. Shout out,
I'm
oh yeah,
joking.
shout out to the card on the custom Magic subreddit that was one white Stone Rain your opponent at instant speed, and that got
Was
800
that
plus upvotes.
wait? Was that really just the card?
Oh no, it also it was supposed to be a reverse path to exile, so they could put a creature from exile onto the battlefield, but that literally was never coming up, so it was literally just one mana Stone Rain. And
That's what I
it
really
got
don't
like
like about
900
the
upvotes
custom
because
Magic
everyone was
subreddit.
like, "So true, flavor, white bad."
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much, people just vote for, or people just
Okay,
upvote stuff
wait.
that
You know
like
what else is
makes
bad?
for funny jokes.
Mikkjal not playing Engrave on the Rousing Rubble. What's up with that?
Wait, that's troll. What the heck?
Yeah, because you're taking 4 damage either way.
Nani? Yeah, like you get to stone rain them. Come on.
Okay, swinging in with the Deep Dweller.
I mean, you get
Get that
to.
5 turn clock, baby.
I mean, you get to take a card from their hand and draw a card. So
Oh yeah, it does do that. That shout out to when
you would
Shout
think.
out when Blues Eclipse forgot that for an entire tournament and still like won.
I watched Blues miss 3 of those triggers and still win the game.
Lord.
Oh, that was the fun. Let's see. Will
Oh
Mikkjal
no,
remember
yeah,
it?
no.
Okay, Mikkjal
Mikkjal's
remembers.
got the trigger in chat.
Nice, nice.
Flood, and you know what? Flooding out like crazy right now. No, why are you discarding the Dreadfire Tyrant? Oh, I guess. No,
Yeah,
actually,
I
no,
think that's probably
No, Shigure is
okay.
actually
So
just
Shigure
better.
does kill
Yeah, but
theoretically.
I guess my thought process is why discard it over the mana ascetic, which isn't really doing anything.
Um,
Well, Forest is also very much not doing
I
anything.
think I
So
think mana ascetic is fine to discard. Well, like, okay, so the thing is, like, you need to get a certain threshold of mana to be able to cast your whatchamacallit,
okay,
uh,
check two. Is
audition.
Mikkjal now going to engrave the Rousing Rubble?
Please tell me you're gonna do this. Please.
Okay,
Okay.
but why not last turn?
Was Mikkel just trying to be nice last turn?
I, uh, I Mikkjal just forgot. Maybe Mikkjal just did the thing
Like
called being
you
human
can
and
you
forgot.
can hit me with your mainland once before I stone rain it, but not
It's
twice.
like that one Donkey Kong meme where you may hit it once.
Okay, fetch on upkeep.
Okay, so useless duress, but actually,
You should direct
you
here for
use it.
lifelink.
No, you use the duress to trigger Kedrick and Deep Dweller's lifelink.
Actually, you might want to go menace to take that Chigure out of the hand.
Actually, that's not a bad idea either. Yeah, actually, I vibe with
Or
that.
you could duress and then spell stutter your own duress to get both.
Oh, we're reaching
That's
levels
a big
of
thought.
brain not even possible. So yeah, it
Honestly,
is
I don't
gonna
even think that's
duress.
necessarily the wrong play.
And God, I think this is literally what Pip was talking about
Wait,
with hand attack and villainy, is that like it's cheap interaction that you can also use to trigger your win con, which is what's
yeah,
happening with the
yeah.
Deep Dweller. And it looks like it's giving
No, didn't go for the big brain play.
didn't go
So
for the big
sad.
brain play. Wait,
All
notably,
right. I mean, you chump this, right? Like 100% chump this. You can't afford to be forced to discard your Shigure.
yeah, you 100% chumped this. No,
Oh,
what?
all right.
Why?
I guess you can discard your win con, but don't worry, you have mana aesthetic. Yeah, all right, game's over. There's 0% chance.
But yeah, like you don't need the extra mana. The only thing I can think of is that they wanted to keep it up to pay for spell stutter, but paid for what? You don't have anything to audition, even if you top deck it.
Yeah, like I don't know. I actually really would have liked to see the spell setter your own duress because I actually think that's the correct play in that situation. It's just funny.
Is it? Wait,
Um,
is it correct?
yeah, because so that spell setter is basically dead because your opponent has enough mana to pay for it. But you also don't need
What I
it
was
if you
thinking
get
is
the
that
last card in their hand.
yeah, Firristorm doesn't have any like. Oh no, you're right because they could
Yeah,
because actually
like if they
they could top deck a Laren Alpha and then kill you.
yeah,
So no, okay, yeah, so that is big. That is the big brain play. Oh, wait, you're so right. You're actually so right.
yeah.
Okay, but yeah,
Yeah.
regardless, good games to both these players. I don't know if Mikkjal is what Mikkjal's record is. I think that Firristorm that puts them at 0-2, so unfortunately not in top cut contention. But still,
Mhm.
I mean, I think that like
This
if
is this is round 3 though. I think the both players were already 0-2.
oh both of
If
them
I'm
okay, well that's fine either way. But yeah, again, like we would not play in tournaments if the goal was just to win. And I think both of these players bringing out cool and innovative brews that hopefully have an impact on the meta in the future.
Yeah, in particular, I think that there's a lot of room for the audition deck to improve. And I also think Cataract People is a sweet threat. It's nice to see a deck built around it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, until next time, this is Caillou and Dodger signing off.